For those of you who don't know me, I'm Shannan Slevin with Wellfests and longtime partner of the Fruit Guys. Um, Today we are going to dive into some educational and tangible tools and techniques to set ourselves up for Q4 success as we transition from summer into fall. We wanted to bring everyone together and just draw some awareness around what that transition's like and how we can really support ourselves and our teams to support one another with our health and wellness goals, and then also within our career goals and within the professional scope. So thanks for being here. Happy to share time and space. I do have a lot of content that I'm going to be covering, although we will try and speed things up because we're getting a little later start here. At the end, we're going to take a pause and allow for some space for integration. I'm going to lead us through a take a breather, our signature wellness break demo at the end. So you will have some space to go inward and to give yourself a quick mind body refresh within the day after we talk about content. So with that, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. Um, as HR leaders and as managers and as professionals within the workspace, I think we can all relate on this sentiment that stress in the workplace is it's a growing challenge for all of us. And so just drawing a little awareness to that. Hi, Lauren. Oh, awesome. Good to have you there. Good to have you here. Drawing a little awareness to this idea that over 75–80% of Americans all suffer and struggle with stress in the workplace. And so our goal today is to provide you all with some tips and some techniques to help be proactive and help ease those stresses in a way that is really sustainable for people so that they're able to thrive in Q4 and beyond. Um, Before we dive into that material, I want to take a moment and just address the scope of, especially now, why there may be heightened levels of stress as we transition from summer into fall. Many companies and company cultures really depend on PTO as a resource and a vital resource to support employees' health and well-being and help them ease and diffuse stress from the workday. And although vacations are wonderful and necessary, research shows that actually over 50% of employees are working while they're on vacation, which can be counterproductive to their own need to reset and to de-stress and to rejuvenate their minds and their bodies and to unplug from the inbox. So with that in mind, and then also recognizing that studies show that over 40% of employees actually feel stressed within a few days of returning from vacation, and that moment of ease, you know, is very short for a lot of people, that ease of stepping away and being out of sight, out of mind. And so, we might consider, why is that? Why do 40% of employees feel stressed once they get back to work after taking time away? And a lot of that has to do with this idea that, when you are in a workflow that your inbox is overflowing and your projects are overflowing and you're in this state of overwhelm, and then you step away and you go on vacation for a period of time, you come back, the inbox isn't going away, and employees are walking into flooded inboxes. They're walking into projects that aren't complete. They're walking into maybe feelings of resentment of, leaving their coworkers high and dry. And so, yes, vacations are important and amazing. And also, how can we create space for employees within their daily workflow, space to teach them the tools to balance their nervous systems, to ease stress, to be more focused and more productive, to be resilient, have resiliency embedded in their mindset and their workflow, and also how to generate emotionally intelligent employees. And a lot of that has to come down to the brass tacks of being present in the workday and to doing things every day to support the health and well-being of in the here and now, AKA micro breaks. So with that said, what is a micro break? A micro break can be a span of 60 seconds to 10 to 15 minutes. It's a period of time within the day where you're intentionally resetting and focusing your mind on yourself, whether that's closing your eyes for 60 seconds, whether that's dropping into your breath for a few seconds, few minutes, whether that's finding some gentle movement within your day, whether that's stepping away from your computer completely, going to get a healthy snack, a piece of fruit, stepping outside. It's an intentional action that you're taking for yourself to focus on you in the present moment. And again, when you do that, you're developing tools and techniques that help you be more resilient, be more responsive and less reactive, you're helping develop tools that help you calm your nervous system and ease stress and show back up at your desk in a way that is clear and focused and present and inspired. So how do we create company cultures that micro breaks are embedded in the way that you go about your day, you go about your team behaviors? I'm going to delve into some tips and techniques for tangible application. But before I do, I just want to pause and give you a quick introduction to my background without getting too much in the story. I do think it's important to acknowledge the fact of why I'm here with the Fruit Guys right now and how we came up with this idea of creating micro breaks for people within the day. I started in Workday Wellness back in 2011. My journey with Workday Wellness started way back when I was working in software sales in downtown San Francisco. And while I was working in software sales, I was picking up certifications in the wellness sector, from yoga to Pilates to integrative health coaching to this other form of movement called the gyrotonic expansive system. And I was integrating practices from the health and well-being standpoint into my team's workflow and the way that I was functioning as a middle manager in software sales. And I became really curious about this intersection. As the story goes, I eventually left software sales to further explore how to create programming and media to support the minds and bodies of people within their workday. And I ran into an old coworker of mine who had started working for the company, the Fruit Guys. Shortly after, she, made the introduction and saw the alignment in my mission and who I was and the Fruit Guys as this mission-driven organization. And so I joined the Fruit Guys and took on a role as an enterprise sales executive. Within a few weeks of that job, at dinner with the founder and CEO at the time, Chris Middlestat, we were talking about my wellness business that I was running on the side. And he was like, I always wanted to have Fruit Guys TV, a media channel where we could provide the people who are eating our fruit within the day, we could provide them with really snackable content to connect them to the fruit they're eating, to the farms growing that fruit, and to exercises and practices to help them take really great care of themselves within the workday. 10 years later, through the development of Fruit Guys TV and some other programs of Wellfest, the intersection of movement and mindfulness, meditation within the workday, we've launched Take a Breather on Demand, which is an online platform and really rich library of tangible and applicable wellness breaks for people within the workday. From sequences to help you ground and to be present and to be productive, to sequences to help you be inspired and innovative and creative, to sequences focused on energy and inspiration and productivity, to sequences to help you connect with yourself and to others and to be in this sort of space of empathy and collaboration and teamwork. The Take a Breather library is really this database of highly specialized content and a resource that we can share in a super easy to implement and accessible way for people to pause within their day, to drop inward, to ground, to reset, and then to get back to their workflow with mental clarity and with passion and with a sense of joy for what they're doing. And so I say that because in the next few minutes here, I just want to address some tools that you can write down and consider applying for yourself and for your team to begin to play around with micro breaks within your own personal workflow. The first and foremost is if you're in a leadership position, your team is going to mirror what you do. So spearhead micro breaks. Be the example where you're taking breaks for yourself throughout your day, making it marked off on your own personal calendar, 10 minutes for yourself in between meetings, 5 minutes for yourself in between meetings, but make micro breaks a part of your personal daily workflow, because that's setting the example and that's really providing permission for your team members to do the same. So as a manager, play around with, how you're incorporating these practices into your own daily workflow and how you're talking about them within your team setting. 2, providing them with a resource to help them make the best use of their micro breaks, whether it's take a breather on demand, whether it's another sort of meditation app. Giving them an organized and easy to use system is half of the battle, where they can pull it up, they can take the time that they need, and then they can get right back into their workflow. But providing that platform is another way to communicate to them that you really care about their health and well-being, and you want them to prioritize that within their own day. If you are running meetings, whether it's a one-on-one or a group meeting, making health and wellness and mindfulness a part of the foundation of that time that you share together. Whether, again, it's a 60-second breathing exercise, whether it's a gentle stretch sequence, integrating these principles and practices and embedding them in your company culture when you guys are together is a really unifying way to reiterate the messaging that you care about your people and you want them to take time within their day to take care of themselves. So think about, anytime that you're in contact with someone that you're working with, how can you integrate these practices in a way that creates a foundation for people to build off of? And then beyond setting it up within your team structure and your own meetings, again, just carving out that time within your calendar, having it be known for people that you are prioritizing this time within your day and creating that ripple effect for others to do the same. So with that, I know there's a lot of information that I just shared, and thanks again, everyone, for joining us here on Zoom and making the transition. It's so wonderful to be with you all. I wanted to lead a quick session for everyone to take a moment to drop inward and to connect with yourself and to connect with your body through our signature, the Fruit Guys and Wellfest signature wellness break, Take a Breather. All of our sequences are aligned with the elements. If you think about the analogy of what it takes to grow a sustainable orchard, you need fire, you need sun, you need earth, you need water, you need air. We apply these same principles to help categorize and systematize our sequencing, whether it's energy, fire, whether it's grounding and productivity and stress relief, earth, whether it's innovation and creativity and expansion, air, or if it's water, if it's flow, if it's connection. So today, because we're moving into fall, I'm going to lead us through a really lovely, rejuvenating earth sequence to help release any tension that you might be feeling in your neck and your shoulders. So join me. If you're able to stand up and you're not standing already, let's also take this as a moment within the day to stand up and out of our chairs and align your feet under your knees and your knees under your hips, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. So you have a nice tall spine. From there, go ahead and take your palms, place them on the wide sides of your lungs as if you're literally holding your ribs in your hands. And as you hold your ribs in your hands, go ahead and close down your eyes to give them a break from looking at a device and to shift your focus and your awareness from the external towards the internal, allowing yourself to simply let go of anything that doesn't serve you as you focus your mind on the breath. Together, let's empty out the breath completely. And then through the nose, take a nice long, full, deep breath in and feel into the sensation of that cool quality of your inhale as it moves through your nostrils towards the back of the throat and expands your lungs wide into your hands. And then as you exhale, feel into that warmth, that nourishing quality of your exhale, feeling your lungs deflate towards your spine, letting your shoulders relax. Again, letting go. 2 more full rounds of breath, just like that together. Take a nice long, full, deep, full lung capacity inhale here, feeling that oxygen, that energizing vitality expand your lungs wide into your hands. And then exhale again, letting yourself relax, dropping inward and grounding in this present moment. And again, take a nice long, full, deep breath in, maybe the fullest, deepest breath yet of the day, breathing in. Exhale, let yourself relax, let yourself go, breathing out. returning towards the normal, natural rhythm of the breath. Releasing your arms down by your side, maybe shaking out your fingertips and your wrists and your elbows and gently fluttering your eyes open, letting the light come back in. We'll use the breath to guide some breath-initiated movements here to again release any tightness, creating some space for your neck and your shoulders. On your inhale, together, let's squeeze our shoulder blades together behind us, feeling the collarbone open. And then exhale, let that go, let your shoulders relax. Again, take a deep breath in, squeeze those shoulder blades together behind us. Exhale, let that go. As you breathe in, roll your shoulders forward and then up by your ears. As you breathe out, send those shoulder points back, down, and around. And again, take a deep breath in, let those shoulders roll forward and up. Take a deep breath out, send those shoulder points back, down, and around. On your inhale, let your arms reach out, around, and up, letting the biceps come up by your ears. As you breathe out, pin your shoulder blades down your back. Take a breath. Exhale, float those arms all the way out, down, and around by your side. On your inhale, stretch your left arm out and away. As you exhale, let your right ear drape down towards your right shoulder and just notice that gentle stretch that creates through the whole left side of the neck and the shoulder girdle. As you pin your shoulder blades down your back together, let's take a nice long full deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, release the arm down by your side. Let the chin roll down towards the sternum. Inhaling here. Exhale, roll your left ear over your left shoulder. And as you do, let your right arm reach out and away by your side. Feeling again, that nice long line of energy and that space you're creating through the whole right side of the neck and the shoulder girdle as you inhale. And as you exhale, breathing in and breathing out. As you breathe in, again, roll your chin down towards the chest, arm releases down by your side. Breathe out, let the crown of the head float up towards the ceiling. Again, in this alignment of earth and systematically grounding in the present moment, we're going to build on this stretch through the neck of the shoulders, circling your arms all the way around and up. This time, as you exhale, bend your elbows wide so that your forearms and your biceps are perpendicular to one another. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, find an internal rotation through your left shoulder so that you have opposite sides from right to left, almost like a Stussy, if you remember the Stussies. Take a breath. On your exhale, gently drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, letting your right hand gently rest on your left ear, and then pin your left forearm behind the lower sway of the back to add a little additional stretch and length through the whole left side. Feeling your inhale, creating space, breathing in. Feeling your exhale, again, let yourself relax, letting go of any tension, anything that doesn't serve you. Taking another deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, your right palm's going to gently lift the crown of the head back up through center, release the arm down, and slowly slide that forearm out behind the lower sway of the back. Rolling your shoulders, rinsing that out. On your inhale, let the arm circle all the way around and up. As you exhale, again, bend your elbows wide, finding almost like this cactus shape with your arms. This time, as you breathe, find an internal rotation on the right shoulder girdle, and then exhale as those shoulders slide down the back. Breathing in. As you breathe out, drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Left hand comes to your right ear as your right forearm provides that tactile feedback, pinning the right forearm on the lower sway of the back and just feeling those anchor points between the forearm and the palm and how that grounding quality, again, creates some space here. Nice and organized, using your breath, thinking about that systematic principle of being grounded in the present moment and how these little tactile feedbacks can really deepen the intensity of the stretch. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. As you breathe out, your left hand's gonna lift from the left ear, crown of the head floats back up. Right forearm gently slides behind the lower sway of the back. Inhale, send those arms all the way around and up. As you exhale, open your arms wide for one more stretch. Take a deep breath in, reach from fingertip to fingertip. Take a deep breath out, move into internal rotation through both shoulder girdles. It's like you're pressing your forearms back behind you in space. Bend your elbows gently. And if you can, go ahead and clasp the palms behind you, right above your tailbone, sending your shoulder points back, squeezing those shoulder blades together, finding your inhale here, feeling lifted and elevated through the spine and through the crown of the head. And then any amount on your next exhale, think about straightening your arms, reaching your wrists away, creating even more space for your neck and your shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in and a nice relaxing, releasing deep breath out. Slowly opening up through the center of the hands, sending the palms back towards the lower sway, releasing the clasp of the hands, and then just shaking that out, letting it all go. Finishing our time together with one more shoulder roll. Let's roll those shoulders forward and up as you breathe in, and then release those shoulders back down and around as you breathe out. Placing one hand up at the heart, one hand on top of the other hand. Taking a moment to scan the body, to check in with yourself, draw any attention to notice and sense and feel how you feel in this very present moment. And to know that just like any other muscle, the more you take time to practice these tools, to draw your focus and your awareness on the present moment, on yourself, on how you're feeling, and then providing yourself with whatever you need within that very present moment, whether it's your breath, whether it's a walk outside, whether it's a piece of fresh fruit, but just understanding that that element of self-awareness is such a vital tool to help you build resiliency and get through whatever in front of you. So thank you for practicing with us today. If you have questions about Take a Breather on demand or micro breaks, reach out or contact the Fruit Guys. You can easily add a monthly subscription access to your existing fruit order. It's really meant to be something that you can easily share anytime, anywhere with your people to make wellness breaks and micro breaks a way of being.